to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below. Owners of California land that was once a resort for Black Americans during segregation say they will resell the property to the county 6 months after regaining the 3 acres stolen from their family by the local government 98 years ago. Those who fought for Bruce Beach to be returned to the descendants of its original owners said they are disappointed in the sale, but understand the deep wound of racism, which they say lingers in the Manhattan Beach neighborhood. While I am disappointed the Bruces have chosen to sell the land, I understand their decision, as the city of Manhattan Beach is anti-Black, said Kevin Ward, founder of Justice for Bruce's Beach, in a statement. Justice, in this case, should afford the family some peace. Unfortunately, I don't believe the Bruce family descendants will find peace taking up space in a racist Manhattan Beach. Marcus and Derek Bruce's great-grandparents purchased the land in Los Angeles County in 1912, later building a recreational mecca for Black folks with a dance hall, cafe, and lodge. However, Willa and Charles Bruce were pushed out after they faced racial harassment, including an attempt by the Ku Klux Klan to burn down the resort before Manhattan Beach ultimately seized the property through eminent domain in 1924. Eminent domain allows the government to take possession of land for public use. The city claimed it needed the land for a park and paid Willa and Charles $14,000. However, the plat of land, which the Bruces bought for about $1,200, stayed vacant after the city demolished the resort until the 1960s, after a campaign by Ward Goff. Gavin Newsom signed a law in September 2021 that reversed an agreement that barred the county from transferring the property, which it had acquired from the state after the city transferred the land in 1948. In July, the county handed back the deed to the family. There is currently a training facility on the grounds that the county leases from the Bruces. George Fothery, an attorney for the family, said the family always intended to sell the property back to the county, and it is still a victory for the Bruce descendants, who now have the money from land their great-grandparents were robbed off decades ago. What was stolen from the family was the property, but what the property represented was the ability to create and preserve a group and pass down generational wealth. And by allowing the family now to have certainty in selling this property to the county, taking the proceeds of that sale and investing it in their own futures, that's restoring some of what the family lost, Fothery said. I think we all need to respect the family's decision to know what's in its best interest. Los Angeles County District Supervisor Janice Hahn, who advocated for the land to be returned, said she wanted to right the government's wrong, calling it a reparations model that she hopes other governments will follow. The seizure of Bruce's Beach by Manhattan Beach nearly a century ago was an injustice inflicted upon not just Willa and Charles Bruce, but generations of their descendants who almost certainly would have been millionaires. Hahn said in a tweet Tuesday, "This fight has always been about what is best for the family, and they feel what is best for them is selling this property and finally rebuilding the generational wealth they were denied for nearly a century," she added. Ward pointed out that land ownership is a crucial driver of generational wealth in America. Eminent domain and other forms of land theft have been used to stifle economic growth in Black communities throughout the country since emancipation. Um, Let me be honest. I have immense disappointment because the original pricing I think was like 75 mil. It was somewhere up there. It was in the high millions, right? That they were supposed to have gotten. Supposedly that's what it was estimated that it was worth, and yada yada yada. I'm like, yo, this is great. Like they're going to get, you know, that land back. They'll be able to, actually realistically, do something with it. Like this will be a shining example of, you know, Black excellence, and even if it's Black owned, they can still repurpose it and be like, all right, well, we're going to still put up a hotel, but we're just going to do it a little bit different. But all the money is going to come back to the original family, to the people who owned it, right, where it rightfully belongs, versus the city and the state who robbed this Black family of their land. And if I would have known that this would have been the case, I would not have gotten excited, and I more than likely wouldn't have done the story. Just to be honest, to be 100% square and honest with you, I more than likely would not have done the story. I wouldn't have, because again, some people will say, well, it's not for you to judge and all this other type of stuff. It's not your property, it's not your money. You're right, you're right, but I'm focused on the greater picture. because we always talk about ownership. We always talk about black people holding on to something and passing down something, right? And as soon as I saw the picture, because I'm looking at the picture real quick, and I'm like, something seems a little bit odd about this picture. And I sit up there and look to the my right, which would be his left, and I see somebody who looks a little bit out of picture, and I'm like, oh, that must be either his girlfriend or his wife. And I'm like, now I understand why it is that the land got sold. Now I understand. Because in some of the other images, I saw that woman also holding up the paperwork as well. So that automatically let me know who it is that she is and how important she is to this whole thing. And there was another image of a black woman that was there. I'm not sure if it was his sister or not, but or a family relative, but the way that she looked at him spoke volumes. The way that that woman looked at him spoke volumes. So this is a turn of events. It really is. I don't even think disappointment could even express the way that I, in a sense, feel about this story. And in seeing this, because there was a lot of people rooting for this family, wanting this to go through so that they can get what it is that they were supposed to get. And within the article, they tried to state that this was, in a sense, a form of reparations due to the fact that they got the land back and then they sold it. But you didn't sell it for the amount of money that it was deemed to have been worth. So, again, did you really get reparations or did you still get shafted? The way that I look at it as, they, in a sense, still got shafted. They didn't get everything that they were supposed to have gotten at the value that it's supposed to be valued at. The one thing I would really want to know, I wonder how the grandparents, if they were able to be brought back and to see how everything transpired, I wonder how they would have thought about this situation. Would they have took the money or would they have taken the land? I almost wonder about that. I almost like I really do. I would love if it was possible to bring people back just for a little bit, just to hear their voice and their opinion on specifically what took place. But, again, it's not my money. It ain't my family. You know, people can do whatever it is that they want to do. I'm just looking at it from the greater aspect of how this would have reflected when it came to ownership in the black community, how it could have potentially pushed people to fight for what it is that is theirs and to keep going, and to know the fact that you're going to end up getting what you deserve. In the end, the only thing that I can just hope is that the money doesn't go to waste. I hope that they use this money to you know do some things. They invest, practice generational wealth. They get some trusts, together. Um, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty much that's pretty much all I got for y'all right now.